go. Well, thanks. All right. Hey, I am here with Ben Bridwell, a band of horses. Man, Ben, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Things could be worse. How about that? That's the next record.
Yeah. Now, where are you right now? Can I ask?
I'm at home in Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good deal. Gene Merle right behind me there, walking
Gene.
by.
No, Charleston.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get to that coming up here in just a minute. All right. Well, first of all, congrats on the new album.
Thank you.
Which is amazing. It's called Things Are Great. As Gene said, walking out, the album is great. So you get the Gene Merle thumbs up of approval.
It works for me. I'll take it wherever I can get it.
Is this your sixth studio album, right? Is this your
That's
sixth
correct.
one?
Yeah,
Man.
6. I know, getting a little long in the tooth here.
Man, you and me both, brother. Shoot. Yeah, because I remember you guys started back in 04, 05, if I remember correctly, right?
That's absolutely correct. Yeah.
Man, just knocking it out. And we just added your new single. We're playing it on 92 New now. Hopefully we get to play more of it. And it's called Warning Signs. We'll talk a little bit about the song. Where did it come from? How did it come about?
Let's see. My friend in the band, Ryan Monroe, who I grew up like playing baseball with, I've known him since I was, a baby, basically.
Yeah.
He brought me that guitar riff, and we had it around for a while. I just thought it was a dramatic sounding song. I had like a melody in mind, but I didn't know how to get the subject matter up to the level of just how emotional the atmosphere of the song felt. So I sat there and thought on it maybe a couple of years. Like I'd put it away for a while. I do that sometimes. I'll put a song away and then be like, now what was I doing with that one? And so I picked it back up, and I finally found some subject matter that I thought was dark enough to match the darkness he was bringing.
So really, he brought the darkness, not you.
I think I matched him at least.
I got you. All right. Well,
Yeah.
That's okay. Sometimes you can turn that negative into a positive, and you guys did, because you got a great song, a great release off of the album. Is this one of the albums that took place? Because I know, man, Ben, a lot of artists are dropping new albums because of the pandemic and basically being, quarantined.
Yeah. Well, our thing was the album was done and then the pandemic hit. So it was like, we're just sitting around here for 2 years, with, this is the radio, so I'll choose my words carefully.
Yeah.
We were sitting around on our butts, basically.
Gotcha.
Waiting to shed this weight off of our shoulders. While there was also a lot of just dramatic stuff personally going on. And then all of a sudden the pandemic hits and you're like locked down with twiddling thumbs. So to get this record out was a great relief. It is a great relief to finally get those stories, out of my life and into other people's lives.
I can't even imagine creating something like that, like an entire album, and having to wait 2 years before you could put it out, man. Oh, that must have been difficult. I can't wait like 5 minutes, let alone 2 years, man.
I swear. And you'd think that it would lead to, well, at least you got that out of your system now. You should, you got all this free time, you'll write a new record. But I'm one of those people that can't move on until it's like really off of my back.
Right. Sure.
I could not write for anything. I just ended up covering songs the whole pandemic, just like covering like The Cure and the Smiths and Lemonheads and stuff.
Well, look, man, if you're going to cover some bands, there's some pretty good ones to cover, right?
Not bad.
So I've got to ask this random question. By the way, they can get the album. The whole album is out now and the single is out, right? Correct?
That's right.
Okay. All right. So you can get it. Again, the name of the album is Things Are Great. The name of the song is Warning Signs. So you can get it. This is what I want to know from you, because have you ever been at like a karaoke night somewhere and you just get up and sing one of your songs just to see if anybody knows it's you?
Oh God, I've never even considered that.
Oh, really?
Oh my God.
Okay. All right. I just always wondered.
That would be hilarious. I mean, that is dumbfounding to me. I can't
You'll have
imagine
to try
doing
it now.
That. If the bar's like really dead or something, there's like a bartender and like one drunk or something at the bar.
Right.
I might be compelled to try it, but otherwise I'm sticking to like Garth Brooks and David Allan Coe and Otis Redding and stuff.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Because I guess the worst that could happen was you would sing it, no one would know, and you'd be like, "Oh man,
just practicing. I'm just rehearsing."
Like, man, what are you guys talking about, man? If people be like, "We just saw a free performance, are you kidding me?" And the only reason I asked that was I just posted a video the other day. 2 of the guys from Lit were walking down the street in Nashville, and a guy was performing their song on a stage in a bar. So they snuck up over the rail and actually joined him.
Oh my God.
And the guy like completely lost it, and the audience loved it. So,
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's great, man. If I ever walk by somebody doing that, I'll now be, I'll be enthused now to help out.
no, Ben is now looking for karaoke nights there in South Carolina, and possibly anyone singing your songs on stage.
Let her rip. Let her rip.
Well, look, man, I thank you for taking the time to talk to us. One of the things that I like to do when I interview artists is I always do true or false, because it's really funny. You guys have been out since 2004. So whenever you Google, do you ever Google yourself or the band just to see what comes up sometimes?
I've checked the Wikipedia page to see if anyone knows that I'm divorced yet.
Oh, really? Oh, you have? Well, if they don't, they do now.
Yeah, going on dates and stuff, that someone's going to vet you a little bit. So I try to make sure.
Is your wife okay with this? No,
Yeah,
actually,
exactly.
I'm divorced. It's okay.
No, I just don't know how to update Wikipedia. So, yeah.
All right. So here's a little something I like to do for the last minute or two. I like to do true or false.
Okay.
So here is true or false with Ben Bridwell, Band of Horses. True or false? The original name of the band was Carissa's Weird.
False.
False. Okay.
False. I was a different band where I was just a really horrible drummer. And then that band broke up, and I started this band, which was originally actually called Horses.
Okay.
But then we had to change the name because this is a good fact. One Don Johnson from Miami Vice fame was in a band called Horses in the 60s.
You are kidding me.
And the people at Sub Pop Records, our label at the time, said, we don't want to confuse the market, so can you change the name? So I couldn't get horses.com, obviously.
Oh my gosh.
I just changed it to our website name, which was Band of Horses.
That is crazy. Now I know my facts are a little off, but I know Don Johnson has actually like co-written and worked on some songs with some pretty big artists over the years. So
Dude, we met him at Jimmy Kimmel, and I told him the story, and he was like, what are you talking about? No one knows who we are. We wouldn't have cared. It's like,
I would have thought the same thing, but man, that's great. I'm glad I asked that question. Okay. You were nominated for a Grammy back in 2010 for the album Infinite Arms.
True.
Okay, cool.
Did not go to the ceremony. We knew we weren't going to win, so I just stayed home with my kids.
I mean, how did you know you weren't going to win?
Well, I just figured. I don't know if I'd even want to have to tell a speech or something anyway. So I'm just like, I'm good. Currently unavailable.
Are you going to watch the Grammys coming up in a couple of weeks?
Sure I will. Yeah, I'm sure
Okay.
I will. I do enjoy the ceremony. I like to watch it, but I don't know about being in it.
All right, here we go. Next question. I've only got a few more for you.
Okay.
You have a Labrador Retriever named Lucille after B.B. King's famous guitar.
False.
False.
I have
that one was true.
A Great Pyrenees German Shepherd mix named Lucille, who is named after the Kenny Rogers song Lucille, because it says, you picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children, which I have,
and crops in the field,
and a crop in the field being the record that I'm sitting there waiting on
for 2 years to release. Right. Oh man.
So it was a dig at my ex. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is awesome. Okay. Well, see, I'm glad I asked that question then. All right. So the band originated in Seattle, right? But you moved to South Carolina because you like pine trees and the smell of those pine tree, car fresheners.
False.
Okay.
Well, a little bit of truth in there too, though. Yeah, we moved back here. I don't mind the smell of pine trees, but I do mind the pine straw all the time in gutters and things.
Man, you better believe it. It's a mess.
God, but we moved back mostly because it was too expensive in Seattle to be traveling all over to come back and live in an expensive tiny apartment for 2 months out of the year. And this is where we're all from, and we wanted to see like our families having kids and to be around our folks as they got older too.
Yeah, life. You know what? That's a funny thing. We forget, I think, sometimes that you guys are people just like everybody else. Just because you have hit songs and hit records, I mean, you still live your life like everyone else.
Oh, the humanity that surrounds this being is ever present, and it's always there. Trust me. I'll probably trip on the table as we hang up or something.
Hey, you know what? I'll probably do the same thing. So don't be surprised if I fall off the stool. So, all right. Last question. One of your 5 studio albums was all acoustic. that you guys recorded at the legendary Ryman Auditorium in Nashville.
Kind of true.
Okay.
It would actually be our 7th record. It's
Wow.
Because it's a live record. It's not really considered like a studio record. It was just recorded over a 2-night period at the Ryman, and we just culled the best songs that we could find. But yeah, I don't think we can call it a studio record. Another little fact there is we came back to promote said record and played again at the Ryman and recorded those performances. And so I'm sitting on a whole nother Live at the Ryman album that could be released at some point here. What I think is even better than the first one.
Wow, that is good stuff. Did you run into any famous country singers while you were there at the Ryman?
No, I did not run into any famous country singers.
Okay.
I mean, but you know, their spirit really haunts the place, and I mean, all the old posters and things that line the walls of Hank Williams and you know, Patsy Cline and people like that. You're just like, what you feel like those people are with you still.
That's incredible. Wow. I was in Muscle Shoals for a little while. I know how you feel. If you've ever been in Fame Recording Studio.
Oh yeah.
It feels the same way. I mean, you know the legends that were there, and it's almost like you can feel them in the room. So
I love that place, man.
Yeah.
I love that place so much. And yeah, the amount of records that came out of that studio and then Jackson Highway studio are just amazing. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Big time. Well, look, I'm a fan of you guys, the band. The new album is called Things Are Great. The new song is called Warning Signs. You can hear it on 92 New right now. And Ben, man, thanks for taking some time out of your day to talk to us.
Oh man, the pleasure's mine, Matt. Thank you so much, and thanks to Gene as well.
Yep.
You know, he's kind of like your sidekick walking around.
I never know where he is.
I like that. Y'all are cool, man.
Talking about feeling like a spirit that's around you all the time. I never know where he's gonna pop up. You know,
he's behind me now. Damn, Gene.
Yeah, what is he doing at your house?
I don't know.
Lock your doors.
He's a magic man. Hey, thanks y'all so much. I appreciate y'all listening, and yeah, I hope to see you around soon.
Definitely. If you ever come close, you got to let us know, man, because we'll definitely pop in and say hey, and we'd love to see you.
Would love that, man. All right, y'all be good over there. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks, man.
See you, Matt.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.